Hello everybody, how are you today? So I'm here for our guidance reading. I shuffled the tarot cards, which I really love the tarot cards. I'm using the Rider Tarot deck, and 3 cards, just general advice for today, general guidance for today, to tell you some things that you may be going through and some things you may encounter, and to give you certain energies to let you know how to deal with those things before they even come to you, just so you're aware and you can recognize and be proactive about some of the situations in your life instead of being reactive. I also asked for this energy to tie into the planetary aspects today, which would be Venus in conjunction with Mars. So let's just start, and then I drew an overall soul journey card just to give you some just to close up the reading, just to kind of crown the reading, and to give you the energy of how to operate if you're faced with any situations that these tarot cards relate to. And this is just general for everybody. It may apply to you, it may not. But just be aware in case you get this kind of energy in your day. So the first card I drew for the reading is the Three of Pentacles. It's the Three of Pentacles. Sorry, I'm using my cell phone camera, so I can't really situate it that great so you can see. But it's the Three of Pentacles. And with the Three of Pentacles card, if you can see on the card, let me try to get that a little bit better. There we go. So if you can see on the card, they're in like a chapel, and there's a guy who seems to be explaining to something to 2 people who are listening pretty intensively and kind of look at this person for direction and listening to what this person is saying. And this person is explaining something to these 2 people, and your Three of Pentacles are here. And if you notice these three Pentacles, if you're not familiar with the cards, or if you're just looking at the cards, you may not even notice that the pentacles are there at the top, kind of cemented in this building's structure. And what this card is kind of saying is you may have some plans that you're finishing up and you're completing. Excuse the phone ringing. That you're finishing up and you're completing. You're just kind of, you may be on display, kind of showing people what you've done, what work you've accomplished so far. Maybe you're explaining this to a boss. Again, pentacles are Earth signs, so you could be working with an earth sign sort of boss, or people at work who holds a position of some sort of authority that you have to explain your plans and kind of what you've been working on. Or maybe you're going into a business deal, you're looking for some financial backings on some plans you have, or you're looking for some sort of security support in the materialistic world, having to do with money, your career, even health aspects. So but I see this strongly sort of being career in the material world. So you are putting your plans on display, showcasing all of your hard work for others. So you're kind of showing others what you're working on, what you're doing, and how your plans are culminating. And I feel like it means you've reached a milestone. You've kind of reached that first goal, and whatever you've done is substantial, and it marks a milestone for you in the path that lies ahead. And the card that I had after that, right after the Three of Pentacles, is the 11 card, which is the Justice card, Major Arcana card. So this is a major card, and I thought when the cards came out, I felt that the energy was really good in the order this is going in, because this card came after this one. So you're kind of showcasing what's on display, and if you put your hard work into it, if it's something you've been working on, and you put your integrity and your hard work, I feel like that's going to absolutely work out in your favor. You're going to get a good response to what you've been working on, a good response to what you've been doing. Even if in the past you've been getting harassed, or people have kind of been on your back, like, what are you doing? What are you working on? And I know a theme that I had saw in energies that were going on before is people may have doubted the work you were doing, and they may not have known how hard you were working, because you may not have been putting that on display. You've been quietly working away, building whatever plan it is that you have for your future and your career and your security. And I feel like today, and it doesn't have to be today, it could be a few days before, a few days after, it's energy. I feel like you're going to get the reward, and people are going to see that you truly do bring something valuable to the table. And if you look at the Justice card, he has a double-edged sword, so it cuts both ways. And then he has the scales of justice in the other hand. And he sits on this throne. And what I noticed about the card that really meant a lot to me, especially in this reading, is he has the square. He has the square above his head on his crown. And then he has the circle and the square on his lapel that kind of holds the cape together. And the square, to me, that talks about being on your square, being centered. The square of justice around the center of the individual. The square above your crown, meaning you are settled. You are stable in a higher energy. You're operating from a higher energy, maybe even an esoteric energy. It's not on the necessarily conscious realm, the material realm. There's a higher knowing about what's fair, what's equal, and what works for humanity across the board. So this card coming after the first really says to me that you're gonna get the just rewards and recognition for all of your hard work. And then lastly, and I really don't think this relates so much to career. I think this is more about people in your life, relationships, and things of that nature. But it is the 8 of Cups. And this made a lot of sense because it came out reverse. The 8 of Cups came out reverse, which means the message couldn't be any more clearer to me that despite all this is going on and whatever just dues, just rewards, you may be feeling that you're walking away from some things. There's a lot of things that you built. There's a lot of things you've been working on. Just pay attention not to disregard those things. As you see, there are 8 cups, which is very plentiful. The cups, there are 8 cups, which signify just growth and success. There are 8 cups back here, but if you see the gentleman, he is walking away, and it looks like he has a really long journey ahead of him. There's some mountains in the background. You see the sun and the moon, which kind of means to me maybe the sun is going down, moon coming up, or the moon is going down and the sun is coming up, which means this journey is long. It spans days and nights, and he's either he knows that he has to walk away from this to get to where he really needs to be even more bountiful and successful, or you have something here that you're just going to turn your back on. And I just want you, if it's a situation where you already know you got to walk away, that you do what you got to do to forge on that journey ahead. But if you don't kind of recognize that there's a lot, and this could be work, relationships, whatever, don't walk away from what you've been working on, because I see in the cards, if you've been working hard and with integrity and what you're doing is righteous, there is going to be justice. You are going to get your rightful reward. So don't turn your back just yet, because you may be in a transition where you feel like turning your back on everything that you've been working on, everything that's there for you. But there are cups here. He's not turning his back on one cup or empty past. There is some reward that was here, but he's not paying it any attention. He's walking away from it. And I feel that's a conscious walking away. That's not something you're doing without knowing that you're doing it. So just to round this reading out, especially when it comes to these 8 of Cups reversed and feelings of sadness or depression or the loss or something you've got to walk away from, whether it's work or relationship, soul card, just remember to have balance. Everything is balance. If you're at odds with somebody, whether it's the job, parents, family, or significant other, just remember everything is about balance. There are going to be bad times, there are going to be negative times, but there are going to be good times to be had and better situations to be had. The balance